what's up?
I feel a little out of sorts today, Sarah.
That's so cliche.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Find out what we're talking about right after the whistling.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Ho, ho, ho.
It's almost Christmas.
We're very excited here at Finders Keepers. We are both
Santa.
huge Christmas celebrators, and there's all kinds of celebrations going on.
Oh,
I know Hanukkah's
Hanukkah's
starting.
going on?
Some of my friends are going nuts for Hanukkah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a couple days in, I think.
I love you a latka. That's what my friend says to me.
I love you a latka. I love it. That's for my friend Jojo, yeah. I want someone to come over for some latkes, Jojo.
Yeah. They're fried potato stuff. That's all I need to know.
They're potatoes and they're fried.
Yeah, done. Done. They're like a pancake.
It's a potato pancake.
Yeah, it's a pancakey thing. But yum. So.
Well, let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. More to the point, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are Finders Keepers, and thank you for joining us for our Thursday State of the Paper address. We're here the last Thursday or fourth Thursday of every month. Is that fair to say?
I'd have to look at my thing.
Take it, T. Just take the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the first Thursday is a live demo.
Yes.
And the second Thursday
We do a pre-recorded
process
video. We do 2 process videos every month. We do a live demo, and then we have us talking and talking and talking.
And that's
for
the
one.
third.
And then there's a wild
Thursday.
card.
And then another process. And
If
then
there's a 5, yeah, it's a wild card. You don't know, and we don't know usually until we're actually in front of the cameras talking. So
going, hello, Finders Keepians. Thanks for joining us.
So we're so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. We are talking today. It's actually kind of our favorite things, Finders Keepers version,
Right?
because but it's only one thing.
It's only one
my
thing.
favorite thing.
It's my favorite thing. Well, it's one of my favorite things.
It could be a favorite thing. So we're going to be talking today about Uppercase magazine, and I don't know if you've ever heard about this.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, right there. It's more important than my face, so I'm going to hold it right here. It's just this gorgeous magazine for anyone who's a creative. I don't know how like if you ever find yourself, and I mean, who doesn't, in designing a layout or trying to put together a beautiful card, or just looking for inspiration, like where it doesn't just, you can't just sit in a vacuum and create.
No.
It's not how it works. No. You have to be out in the world, looking at things, seeing things, looking at colors, textures, how things shadow plays, against different textures, and that's how you get your ideas.
Right.
As an artist.
Everything in life, everything around you is an idea.
And that's kind of what it says. This magazine is for the creative and curious, and that's all it is it's just like visual stimulation.
Yumminess. Is what it is.
She goes around, she looks at fabrics, she looks at, I love that right now that these pages are on matte paper, so the sheen isn't too bad.
Right.
She looks at fabrics, she looks at ceramics, she looks at buttons. There's this one.
These are all tags, like that would be in clothing.
Yeah.
They're like clothing tags.
Yeah. And this cover is all buttons, and she did it with with a spot varnish, so that the buttons themselves are kind of embossed up and shiny. So she just does different things, and so you just look at that and you go, oh, you know what, that would work for this, or oh, I should make a card that does this, because you just are inspired by it. Here is a guy who does inflatable sculptures, and so she has articles on different people,
types
of creative people, and the work that they do. Now you've hit
all kinds. Well, I just wanted to show real quick before we start talking about the article we liked.
Yeah.
This one is an article on pattern surface design. And there are 100 different artists. So there's page after page. This is like one artist and a couple of different examples of their artwork in surface design. But look at this. So this has got 8 different artists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's just all about surface design. And this is actually one of my favorite articles I like to go to when we are designing our papers, because I like to just
and here's another one. Like this cover made me think about art papers. I was like, oh, like a color blocked
stuff.
Distressed wood kind of paper would be super cool. So Yeah, so
we'll put a link down below for where you can get this. It's not an inexpensive magazine.
No, the subscription I believe runs $80 a year, and so I don't subscribe every year because I can't afford it every year. But I never throw these away.
This is like
forever.
These are our reference materials.
Yeah.
They
It's
really
something
are.
that I use. I have a lot of different books that I keep weird things. Like my husband has a woodworking book that I like to go to for grains.
For wood grains
For wood
and stuff,
grains
when we're
and
designing.
stuff, just to kind of see and I have a bunch of gardening books that I write, and I have a doodling book that I look at, because
Yeah.
you know my style is very doodly.
Yeah.
So, you know, just different things. I know that Rachel loves fonts, and so sometimes we'll go and just look at her fonts.
I love that. There's an article.
She has more fonts than me. She has like 20 more fonts than I
You
have.
have the same fonts. They're on the server. I told
know.
you to get
I
them.
know. I'm just saying, but even before that,
Yeah. I am kind of a
I would
font
be
hog.
like, oh, should I use Times New Roman or Courier? And Rachel would be all,
Neither.
I think we can do better.
I think we can do
Sarah.
better, Sarah.
I think we can do better. Okay.
I love fonts. Fonts
Yeah.
are amazing, and that goes back to my college days when I had to actually make them and design them, and it's not an easy process, but it's so much fun.
There's an app for that too, you know. You can design your fonts.
There's an app for that. There's
Oh,
apps
hi,
for
Bonnie.
Hello,
so glad
Bonnie.
you're here.
Get
We're
your work
talking
done.
about Uppercase magazine, which is really great for creative people or just anyone who wants to be kind of visually stimulated.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in a clean,
Stimulated.
wholesome way. I knew it.
Stimulated.
I knew it. I knew it.
Stimulated.
Okay, just say it one more time. Say stimulated one more time.
Stimulated.
Okay, now we're done.
That's another one of my favorite layouts.
Yeah, okay, so here's another one. A collection of just like different...
I love patterns and
Patterns,
fonts
yeah.
and textures and.
So there was one article. Is this the article we were
Yes,
talking
this
about?
is the one.
This one it's called Hot Metal. It's from issue 33, and it doesn't have a date on there. It looks like, yeah, she doesn't.
It's just issue
Oh,
33.
no, this was from April, May, June 2017. So this was earlier in the spring we got this one. It's for a 3-month period. And it releases quarterly.
This is the one.
So this was the one I thought was so interesting. I'm a word person.
So she's words and I'm fonts. It
So
works out
this
great.
is an article about printing presses.
like
Just
old
like the
school.
old school ones, the old fashioned printing
with
presses.
leading
And they had,
and-
and she just has this little thing here
I just
about
wanted to share with you guys.
colloquialisms that came from the printing business.
Printing.
Okay, so the first one is, it says, although linguists do not all agree on the etymologies of words, there is evidence that some commonly used expressions may have come from the world of typesetting. And so it's like being
Makes
out
sense.
of sorts.
I'm out of sorts. I'm out of sorts.
It may have come from the frustration early typesetters felt when they discovered missing lettered forms or sorts in the wrong compartment of their tray.
Yeah, because printers' trays are like these huge wooden trays, if you don't know, and they're just divided up compartmentally. And so, like, all the A's are in this little box, and all
Yeah.
the B's and C's and D's, and all the periods and the
Right.
commas.
And they would just know. They would go,
Yeah.
And that's where uppercase actually comes from. There was uppercase, which was the top of the case, the capital letters, and then lowercase.
was in the lower
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah. So the other one was mind your P's and Q's, which also comes from the same thing because P's and Q's are actually just the reverse.
Reversible. Yeah.
So it would have to be really careful to get them into the right
Because in
compartment.
different typesets, the P and the Q, like they may differentiate a little bit. Like maybe there's an extra little foot on the Q and not on the P, and so even you could what's the word I'm looking for? Switch them. You could switch them, but you have to mind your P's and Q's. So you've got to make sure that you're using the right letter in the right place.
And the next one is a stereotype because stereo is a Greek word for the type of metal plate that was used for typesetting, and so it could be used over and over and over again. So stereotype is you see stereotypes over and over and over again, or the same person is being stereotyped, like they're only being the same. They're only being seen the same way over and over and over again.
You stereotype the whole group.
And then cliche.
Français. You
Yeah.
must say it in French.
Yeah. Well, the French word is clicker.
Clicker. She's the one that took French. I took Spanish.
But I gotta say, Madame Davis said that my accent was like a knife in her ear. So yeah, so clicker it is. So
wow, a knife in her ear.
Yeah. Bonjour, ça. Okay. Originally referred to the clicking sound created when the paper mold was impressed on a molten metal to create a stereotype. Both stereotypes and cliches are now used to mean a phrase or idea that's frequently repeated. So the idea that this is something that you do over and over again. I'm spanking my hair. And I'm doing it.
We're dancing. It's almost Christmas. We're dancing. It's a cliche. We're almost stamping paper. I don't know. I'm not a rapper.
You just said you didn't know, but you did know. You just did it. So you know. You know.
I know things, Sarah.
You know.
I don't always
know. What's this other one, Rach? Though, what's this one back here? Oh, is this the one that you like the patterns?
That was the patterns.
Okay, so now you wanted to share something else.
I just really quickly wanted to share. I was flipping through. Yeah, right. I was flipping through, and this one, the title of this article, let's see, it's from issue number 30, which was...
That would have probably been... That was one of the first ones I ever got, I think. It's right up here.
Where is it? Anyway, it's issue number 30.
Yeah.
And it's called Graphic Means. And this image, I hope you guys can see it. This is old school, how I used to, when I was in college, you would do a tissue version of an ad or whatever you were mocking up, and then you would do a linotype, and you would spec out the Pantone colors, and then you would get an actual sort of a print, like a press proof of it, and it just made me smile. I used to work on drafting boards and stuff just like this, and I thought that was really cool. And then
you should do that again, Rach. You should go back to that line of work.
I like it, but I don't like it that much.
Oh.
I really like computers. Okay. And now we do the same kind of thing, but we're using the tools of
that
the
was
computer.
When I was a scenic designer. I would draft it out, and then I would run it through the blue line machine.
Yeah.
And then you do all your specs about what.
Because I have some flat files at my house, and I have all of my college work.
Wow. Gotta hang on to that because we look at it every day.
Yeah, because I really need to go back and look at my mock-ups where you just draw straight lines for bodies of copy. But then the actual next article over is all about font design, and I really liked when you're designing a font.
And it's not written in super tech language.
No.
Like, it's very accessible. So even if you aren't in this field, you could still be inspired by these articles.
Yes, and again, it is very, very visual. But they're showing how it used to start, and then here's the grid that you use to design fonts. And so you're not just designing uppercase and lowercase letters, you're also designing all of the punctuation, all of the what do you call when they have accents and stuff? See how good I am? College was a few years ago, so I'm drawing a blank. But you have to design all these individual pieces, and then you use font software, and you make it, and then when you put it and install it on your computer, you just type it up and it works. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love this magazine. I could look at it for days.
So it's really, really cool, and we highly recommend Uppercase. Oh, and it's put out by this lady she also does I can't remember her name.
Melanie Fallick.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Melanie
that's the editor.
Van Gool.
Yeah.
The publisher.
Okay.
She's the one that always writes the editor's letter. Anyway, she's really cool. She even does like some scholarship subscriptions for people, and she just runs it. I mean, there's no ads in here or anything.
No ads. It's so nice.
It's really nice. It's like 100% just inspiration without a lot of distraction or people trying to get your money in other ways.
Yeah. Because, sometimes you just need to be able to, to look at things that you...
And that's why the price is what it is, because she doesn't do advertising and stuff like that.
And it's worth it. So worth it.
And it is. It's just really well put together. And the binding, she always has it, there's like a similar block style, but it's a different pattern. So when they're lined up on the shelf, they're really pretty.
I love the pattern stuff.
So
I do.
So anyway, thought we'd share Uppercase with you, because also the title of this magazine inspired us with this month's planner pop. Oh, surprise! Speaking of people trying to sell you things. So, so here we are. The planner pop this month is really cool. It's a typeset. It's like a typewriter keys.
Like typewriter,
the old round ones.
Manual typewriter keys.
And then it's a Bo Bunny paper called typewriter. It's from their Life in Color collection, and the back is polka dots, and you could layer these.
We gave you two, so you can
there's two in there, so you can kind of cut one down and layer it, or you have two dashes or whatever you want. And then we also, because we want to make sure you get everything for your money that you can possibly get, we gave you some. We were able to cut out also some tip-ins that you can use, and a bookmark. Mm-hmm. 2 sheets of stickers, including a complete alphabet. It's only
1 letter of each.
Yeah. So here's my idea. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to photocopy or scan my stickers first, and then I'll have as many as I need.
Then you have as many as you need.
Yeah. And I can punch them out, just put my own adhesive on the back. So this is, so these are the stickers, and then there's little records. There's words, there's little banners, hearts and chevrons. I love my life, which I just think is a wonderful sentiment. I think everybody should love their life.
Yes.
And little squirrels.
Little doodles. Swirls.
And that's really cool. You get a whole roll of washi. It's an orange polka dot. You get two
giant paper clips.
And then a set of 8 little tiny clothespins, days of the week, plus one that says every day.
Because every day you need to do something.
And you get a whole, I was going to say shitload. Can we say shitload?
Well, yeah, bunch, because this is our own thing.
A whole lot of little 1-inch paper circles, and then a magnet clip that says hello.
Yes.
And then Rachel outdid herself, of course, creating a little freebie sticker sheet that goes with it as well. It's a 3x4. So that's that.
A lot of stuff, and you get all of that for $10.
$10. So they're waiting for you. They're in
our shop. Yes, they're in our shop. We put them in on Tuesday. Go read the article or our blog post. Ta-da!
Yep. We have a blog post, and we have the product page all up and going. And so that's
all ready for you.
Yep. And then lastly, do we want to talk about what's been coming in the mail, Rachel? Do we want to show a couple of things maybe?
We have received a few things
in the mail.
A few deliveries lately.
Some deliveries. First of all,
so we want to talk about one of our brand new products that we're going to be offering in January. So if you don't know, we're Finders Keepers, and we have this huge launch of our very own products. We're so excited. Coming in January, and it's going to be up on our website in late January for you guys to purchase and order and just make till your little heart's content. And one of the fun things that's not our design, like not our artwork necessarily, is this little beauty. This is called T4, Terrifically Terrible Tissue Tape.
Now, terrible is not terrible.
Not
it's terrible.
bad. It's terrible, not terrible.
It's the kind of tape that you can tear, so you don't have to cut it. So it just like rips.
It's so cool. And it's double stick tape.
It's double stick tape.
Really
it's
sticky.
1/4 inch. We're hoping to come out with an 1/8 inch next, but we're going to start with this and see how it goes. So it's very neat.
It works great for 3D items, for cards, for scrapbooking. It works really good, like if you're putting a strip of ribbon down. Because I know that sometimes if you're using sheer ribbon and you use the extreme adhesive, it like distorts it.
Right.
You know? So this, you just lay it on there.
This is not up on our shop yet.
Not yet.
It's coming up. It's going to be released in the next month.
Woohoo!
And I can't. I want to tell you how much it's going to cost. I can't remember. I know it's very reasonable.
Yes,
we'll have a few bucks. It's not a big deal.
Again, it's not in our shop yet. It will be there in January, and it'll have all the pricing. And
you get 27 yards of the stuff.
27 yards,
and it's a cute little roll. So it's very portable. So that's that. We also our washi arrived. I don't think I told you that, and she did. She screamed and danced around. We've kind of been manhandling the boxes that I'm showing you right now, so they're a little bit beat up. But
they still hold up pretty good.
It's a little craft box. It has a tooth edge right here, so this can act as its own dispenser. Yeah. There was a core roll that held all the rolls in place. I took it out because I was playing with the boxes, and Sarah takes things apart.
Yes, Sarah does like to take things apart. I'm going to put some kitties on.
We have 3 different ones that coordinate with our Libris. One is the authors. It's a blue tape that shows all the different authors, famous authors. Not all the famous authors.
Not all of them.
All of them on
it's
there.
Only,
we tried to do a collection.
Yes.
It's kind of pretty.
And it coordinates with our Libris line of papers that we also have.
And then we
all
also
this stuff
have,
is coming in January from Finders Keepers.
This is a purple one that has famous characters from literature.
Yep.
Little tiny.
Little tiny characters.
And this goes with our Libris Schmebris line. And then this is these little hash marks. We have a paper that's a white with the dark blue hash marks, and then this is the same pattern but in the green and white.
Green and the cream.
Yeah.
Yep. And then on the other side, because we have 2 lines, we've got the Libris Schmebris line collection, and we also have the Shenanigans collection. And so we are offering 3 washies for this one also. Yep. The first one is the little kitties that I put on my shirt here. This is our legal consultant from Frances from Legal. So that was our inspiration for her. So she's our little black cat, always getting into trouble.
She is. I have a cat who's in shenanigans all the time.
Yes.
Her name is Frances.
And then this one is like a doodly line.
Yeah.
But what we're using it in conjunction with.
It actually coordinates with our little phones, and they can sit on their own. They have little words coming out like what's cooking and hi and hello. But then you can also tear the phone. Say like I wanted to.
So you tear the phone.
Okay, so I'm going to tear this phone off, and then I can just join it.
Put that there. So you tear off a piece of the phone.
So here's my little phone.
And then you tear off your piece of your phone cord or your doodly line.
And you can just match it right up. And so you can get like a whole border around a page or whatever you want to do.
Around your pages.
With little phones, and so it can be whatever length you want it to be.
Yeah, because we didn't want to limit anyone in their creativity, so we wanted it to be able to make your lines as long as you wanted, but then we wanted the what's cooking and the hello and the hi. And Sarah's throwing things.
Whatever.
We're excited!
So that's the washi. The other really exciting news is all of our stamps arrived. We
all
did
of our
have
stamps.
Our samples sent, and we've been making things with our samples, but it was really, really great to have all of our stamps come home to rest. And so now we have all 15 stamp sets.
15 stamp sets coming to you guys in January. Yeah. We're so excited. Keep watching the blog.
Yeah.
We did last week. Was it last week that we did our cards? Yes, we posted our cards last week, so be sure and check out those videos.
Yeah, we made them with 2 of our cards. We have planner stamps. We have, that's from our Jots and Dots line.
Dots.
We've got card making and general paper crafting stamps.
Which is called Wishful Inking.
Wishful Inking line. And then we have our Shenanigans and our Libra Schmebras that coordinate with our 2 paper lines.
Collections.
So it's very exciting. So we hope you check those out. We're posting stuff on social media. They're not in our shop yet. They'll be in there late January.
So those sneak peeks that you get while we're designing everything and getting everything in order and ready so that we can ship them out.
We're very excited.
We're very excited.
We've put our whole heart into this.
A little bit of heart.
And a whole bunch of bank account too.
And a lot of bank accounts. And a lot. There was blood. There were paper cuts. There were tears.
A little bit of our DNA with every purchase.
Yeah, a little DNA and corgi hair with every purchase.
Yeah, you're welcome. So
we're very excited. So, Sarah, what is the state of the paper?
Excited.
We are very excited
today.
Again, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.